Hey guys, Lyra Linx here. I am currently on my second to last day of break. Tomorrow I move back into my dorm, and then I'll have class starting Monday, so I probably won't be able to make videos as frequently, and have kind of gotten lazy just enjoying my break, not uploading for the past couple days. So I'm gonna catch up chapter-wise. I'll probably be reading like 5 chapters today. So we're gonna start here with chapter 12. Day 5. 3 days until the dance. Reggie awoke early. I don't even know if that's grammatically correct. Reggie woke up early. He hadn't gotten the best sleep last night. He was too busy worrying about what had happened between Dawn and Paul. He took a peek at the brunette who was passed out on the couch. Her eyes were puffy and red, and her hair was a tangled mess. She was even frowning in her sleep. Reggie sighed and turned away. He'd always thought of Dawn as a little sister. He'd always looked out for her and had fun with her. She'd even opened up Paul a bit. He couldn't stand seeing her like this. He didn't want to disturb her sleep, but he was getting very anxious. He had to know what was going on. He shook her arm, gently rousing her from her sleep. Her eyes fluttered open, showing 2 depressed blue eyes. "Reggie," said Dawn, sitting up and stretching. "Is it time to get up already?" "Not exactly," replied Reggie. "Sorry for waking you up so early, but can you please tell me what happened last night?" Question mark. Or should it be? It's a question, yeah, so it should. I'm worried. Dawn tried to avert the question. I'm kinda tired. Dawn, Reggie snapped. "What happened?" Dawn tried to fight them back, but she couldn't. Tears overflowed from her eyes as she cried. Reggie dropped his coffee mug in surprise. "Did I say that wrong? I didn't mean to sound mean." Dawn shook her head. "You didn't do anything wrong. It's Paul." Reggie let Dawn sit and cry for a while before responding. "I know you're in pain, Dawn, but you need to tell me what happened." Dawn wiped away some tears and bit her lip. She took a moment to breathe and then spoke. "When I got to the park, I saw Paul crying." Reggie's eyes widened a bit. Paul never cried. He couldn't remember a time Paul had cried in front of him, except for when he was really little. Dawn continued. "He asked me if I remembered the first time we met. When I said no, he ran off. I followed after him once I remembered." "The first time they met?" That's right. Reggie remembered. Paul had told him all about it. "And when I found him, I confessed to him." Reggie's eyes lit up. "What did he say?" Dawn wiped away another tear. "He wouldn't answer. I asked him, but he kept changing the subject." Reggie's expression saddened. "I'm sorry, Dawn. None of the guys in our family have ever been too good with feelings. Our dad took forever to propose to Mom." "Reggie," Dawn began to say, "it may sound stupid, but I'd like to know more about your dad." Reggie smiled a bit. "He's long gone now, but he was a great dad. A decent husband, too, I suppose. He was actually pretty shy. He's just like Paul." Dawn was confused. "Just like Paul? Paul has no heart. He isn't shy at all." Reggie chuckled. "He used to be really shy. It was when Mom and Dad died that he turned so cold." Dawn shifted uncomfortably. "Their death must have been tough on him." "Very," agreed Reggie. "But we're off topic. Back to my dad. He was a shy guy, and when he and Mom got together, it was a bit awkward. It took Mom forever to get him to open up." Reggie leaned back in his seat, deep in thought, and pulling out memories he thought he'd forgotten. "Mom said that his proposal must have been the lamest thing ever. Dad was shaking and close to tears." Reggie and Dawn both laughed a little, picturing it in their minds. Dawn thought he sounded like a weird guy. "Mom said yes anyway. She loved him. She also couldn't help but feel bad for him." Dawn laughed. "Your dad sounds really different." "For sure," he said, nodding. It was then that the two heard the creak of a certain someone's door opening. Into the living room stepped Paul, looking awful. His eyes were bloodshot and he had bags. He obviously had a terrible sleep. His hair was messy and his expression was bitter. The look in his eyes changed when he saw Dawn, though. She was smiling with Reggie. Had she forgotten about last night? Dawn's eyes went cold as she saw Paul. Good morning," she whispered. Paul sighed sadly as he looked at her. He could see the depression in her eyes, and he hated it. Dawn, meet me in my room in a few minutes. I think we should talk. Cliffhanger. Alright, there were quite a few typos in this, and to try and explain some of Paul's cold behavior, I guess they made a backstory where he had a rough parent life. So yeah, interesting. Gonna look into the chapter 12 reviews. Sakura Toko. God, so exciting. I adore this fanfic. En serio? Wait with anxieties for the following chapter. Red Hood Lover. Yahoo! Awesome, wonderful, amazing chapter. I loved it. EVX me. Oh, Paul, just admit you love her. And it would such a big chance in everyone's life. Okay, something like that. Alright, I guess that's it for this chapter. Anyway, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye.